देशों को अर्थव्यवस्थाओं को फिर से खड़ा करने के उपायों पर बुलाई गई बैठक में नतीजा निकालने में अभी काफ़ी वक्त लगेगा। यूरोपीय देशों के लिए 750 बिलियन यूरो के फंड को लेकर देशों के बीच चर्चा जारी है। नीदरलैंड्स, ऑस्ट्रिया, फिनलैंड, स्वीडन और डेनमार्क जैसे देश इस फंड को खर्च करने की प्रक्रिया पर कड़ी निगरानी चाहते हैं। जर्मनी और फ्रांस की कोशिश है कि इस राशि के जरिए उन देशों की मदद की जाए जो सबसे ज्यादा प्रभावित हैं। संयुक्त अरब अमीरात का पहला मंगल मिशन होप प्रोब आज जापान के तनेगाशिमा स्पेस सेंटर से प्रक्षेपित हुआ। मंगल पर जाने वाले इस मिशन में हालांकि मौसम ने कई बार खलल डाली थी, जिसके कारण कई बार इसके प्रक्षेपण को टालना पड़ा था। अमीरात मार्स मिशन स्पेसक्राफ्ट को जापानी समय के अनुसार सुबह 6:58 पर प्रक्षेपित किया गया। यूएई की स्पेस एजेंसी का कहना है कि होप प्रोब सही तरीके से कार्य कर रहा है और लॉन्चिंग के बाद से संकेत भेज रहा है। होप प्रोब के मंगल की कक्षा में फरवरी 2021 में पहुंच जाने की उम्मीद है। इसके बाद यह एक मंगल वर्ष यानी कि 687 दिनों तक उसकी कक्षा में चक्कर लगाएगा। खास बात यह भी है कि फरवरी 2021 में 7 अमीरातों के मिलकर यूएई बनने की 50वीं सालगिरह भी होगी। और अब खबर खेल के मैदान से। इंग्लैंड और वेस्टइंडीज के बीच मैनचेस्टर के ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड मैदान पर दूसरे टेस्ट मैच में चौथे दिन का खेल खत्म होने पर इंग्लैंड ने अपनी दूसरी पारी में 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर 37 रन बना लिए हैं। बेन स्टोक्स 16 और कप्तान जो रूट 8 रन बनाकर क्रीज पर मौजूद हैं। इस तरह इंग्लैंड ने 219 रन की कुल बढ़त हासिल कर ली। इंग्लैंड ने अपनी पहली पारी 9 विकेट पर 469 रन पर घोषित की थी, जिसके जवाब में वेस्टइंडीज की टीम पहली पारी चौथे दिन 287 रन पर ही सिमट गई। हालांकि टीम फॉलो ऑन को टालने में कामयाब रही। इंग्लैंड की ओर से क्रिस वोक्स और स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड ने 3-3 विकेट हासिल किए। खबर फुटबॉल के मैदान से। चेल्सी की टीम एफए कप के फाइनल में पहुंच गई है, जहां टीम का सामना 1 अगस्त को आर्सेनल से होगा। रविवार को वेम्बले में खेले गए दूसरे सेमीफाइनल मुकाबले में चेल्सी ने मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड को 3-1 से हरा दिया। चेल्सी की ओर से ओपनिंग गोल पहले हाफ के अतिरिक्त समय में ओलिवर जिरोड ने किया। दूसरे हाफ के शुरू होते ही मैसन माउंट ने शानदार गोल कर चेल्सी की बढ़त को 2-0 कर दिया। मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के लिए कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं गया और 74वें मिनट में टीम के डिफेंडर हैरी मैग्यूरो के ओन गोल ने चेल्सी की बढ़त को 3-0 कर दिया। मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड ने 85वें मिनट में पेनाल्टी के जरिए एक गोल जरूर किया, लेकिन तब तक काफी देर हो चुकी थी और चेल्सी ने मुकाबले को 3-1 से जीतकर 14वीं बार एफए कप के फाइनल में जगह बना ली। फार्मूला 1 चैंपियन लुइस हैमिल्टन ने रविवार को बुडापेस्ट के सर्किट पर 8वीं बार हंगरी ग्रां प्री जीतकर माइकल शूमाकर का किसी एक ट्रैक पर सर्वाधिक जीत दर्ज करने के रिकॉर्ड की बराबरी कर ली। शूमाकर ने फ्रांसीसी ग्रां प्री 8 बार जीती थी। हैमिल्टन की पोल पोजीशन से दर्ज की गई जीत आसान रही, क्योंकि दूसरे स्थान पर रहे मैक्स वर्स्टैपेन उनसे 9 सेकंड पीछे रहे। ब्रिटिश ड्राइवर हैमिल्टन की फार्मूला 1 में ये 86वीं जीत है और अब वो जर्मनी के महान ड्राइवर शूमाकर के 91 जीत के रिकॉर्ड से सिर्फ 5 जीत ही दूर रह गए हैं। हैमिल्टन ने पहली बार 2007 में यहाँ जीत दर्ज की थी। मर्सिडीज के साथ अपनी पहली जीत भी उन्होंने 2013 में हंगरी में हासिल की थी। वर्स्टैपेन ने भी शानदार प्रदर्शन किया तथा हैमिल्टन के मर्सिडीज के साथ वल्टारी बोटास को तीसरे स्थान पर कर दिया। बोटास ने दूसरे स्थान से शुरुआत की थी। और अब आपको दिखाते हैं कर्नाटक के बेल्लारी में स्थित कोविड केयर सेंटर में बिना लक्षण वाले कोरोना मरीजों ने एक गाने पर वहां के डॉक्टरों और कर्मचारियों के साथ जमकर डांस किया। इस दौरान सभी मरीज सामाजिक दूरी का पालन हालांकि करते हुए दूर दूर नजर आए। इस तरह कोरोना मरीज एक तरह से अपने को फिट रखने का काम कर रहे हैं, तो वहीं दूसरी तरफ अपने तनाव को भी कम कर रहे हैं। तो संगीत और नृत्य के जरिए कोरोना को मात। और इसी के साथ हिंदी समाचारों के इस बुलेटिन में फिलहाल इतना ही, लेकिन डीडी न्यूज़ पर खबरों का सिलसिला लगातार जारी है। अनुमति दीजिए, नमस्कार।
इंडिया।
नमस्ते लैंड।
मरहबन इलल हिंद।
Zari India.
सलाम इंडिया।
नमस्ते इंडिया।
नमस्कार भारत.
मुई
Nous
इंडिया।
sommes l'Inde.
नहनु हुनूर
इंडिया।
माँ हिंदी हस्ती
मूंग हिंदियान यू।
सलाम हिंदुस्तान।
We are India.
Rajasthan High Court resumes hearing on Speaker's notice against Sachin Pilot camp. Decision over Speaker's action against rebel MLAs likely. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot claims support of 109 MLAs. BJP says it is being unnecessarily dragged into the matter. AIIMS Delhi begins process of human clinical trials of indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin. Over 2,000 offer to join the vaccine trail from Delhi NCR region. India has over 7 lakh recoveries from COVID-19. COVID-19 cases continue to rise globally. More than 1,44 lakh cases reported. Death toll crosses 6,04,000. Nigeria's foreign minister tests positive for coronavirus. And in sports, Chelsea beat Manchester United 3-1 to reach FA Cup final. Will meet Arsenal in Summit clash on 1st August. Lewis Hamilton wins Hungarian Grand Prix from lights to flag. Top spot in title race at the third Formula One race of the season. Six-time F1 champion becomes first driver to complete a hat-trick of wins in Hungary. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma in a top story. The 10-day-long political drama in Rajasthan is expected to reach a climax today. Hearing on a petition filed by Sachin Pilot and 18 other Congress MLAs against disqualification notices issued to them by the Assembly Speaker is underway before Jaipur bench of the Rajasthan High Court. Chief Justice Indrajit Mohanty and Justice Prakash Gupta are hearing the matter. The court's ruling is likely to decide the Speaker's action against the rebel MLAs and also pave the way for a special session of the Rajasthan Assembly. The court had refrained Speaker C.P. Joshi from taking punitive action against rebel MLAs till Tuesday. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has been claiming that he has the support of 109 MLAs, enough to prove his party's majority in the House. And the Supreme Court today asked the Uttar Pradesh government if it is willing to include a retired judge of the Apex Court and a former senior police official in the judicial inquiry constituted by the UP government. Appearing for the UP government, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta sought some time to get instructions from the state government. The UP government had filed a detailed affidavit wherein it defended UP police's action, saying the encounter was not fake. It also said that Vikas Dubey was a dreaded criminal who, along with his gang, not only killed 8 policemen but mutilated their bodies to create fear among police personnel. He did attack the police party after a road mishap and was killed by policemen in their self-defense. UP government also told the SC that after the encounter, it has initiated a judicial inquiry. And the Supreme Court today dismissed a petition seeking protection of artifacts around Ram Janambhoomi site. The PILs had sought digging up of Ram Janambhoomi site and protection of artifacts. The apex court called the petitions frivolous and imposed a fine of 1 lakh rupees each on the 2 petitioners. The All India Institute of Medical Sciences has begun the process of conducting human clinical trials of the indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine candidate Covaxin from today. Over 2,000 people have contacted AIIMS for the human trial. This includes 850 emails, 500 messages, while the rest are received through calls. Some of those who have applied have been called today for the health checkup. Corona as well as liver test will be undertaken before the trial, out of which only 5 people will be administered the vaccine through injection. A total of 100 volunteers between 18 to 55 years of age will be part of the crucial trials. Healthy participants with no comorbidities and without a history of COVID-19 will be selected. People from only Delhi NCR will be able to take up the trial. In all, 2 doses of the vaccine will be given with a gap of 2 weeks. The emphasis, however, remains on safety and screening, with ICMR scientists keeping a constant vigil on the matter. People can register to become volunteers by dialing the number 0742 884-7499 or mail at ctaims.covid19@gmail.com. In order to strengthen the government's efforts to reduce COVID-19 mortality, AIIMS New Delhi has started a video consultation program with ICU doctors across the country called eICU. On the 8th of July, since the 8th of July 2020, the program aims at holding case management discussions among doctors who are on the front line in treating COVID patients in hospitals and COVID facilities around the country. Physicians who manage COVID-19 patients, including those in the ICUs, can raise queries, present their experience and share knowledge with other physicians and experts from AIIMS New Delhi on this video platform. The primary objective of these discussions is to reduce mortality from COVID-19 by learning from shared experience and strengthening best practices in hospitals. 4 sessions have been held till date, covering 43 institutions across 11 states, including Mumbai, Goa, Delhi, Gujarat, Telangana, Assam, Karnataka, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And in the fight against COVID-19, the Punjab National Bank is distributing free masks and hand sanitizers to people through branches across the country under the Corporate Social Responsibility campaign. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan inaugurated the Punjab National Bank's nationwide CSR campaign to fight COVID-19 pandemic virtually from Nirvan Bhavan today. Speaking on the occasion, the Union Minister said that the battle against COVID-19 can be won only by taking everyone along. Union Minister also praised efforts of Delhi Police for setting an example by donating plasma at AIIMS Plasma Bank.
I have been emphasizing that the whole country, with its scientists, researchers, doctors, ICMR people, CSIR people, biotechnology people, DST people, we are all working hard to develop the vaccine against COVID. We are all working hard to discover a new drug. We are all working hard to repurpose the already existing drugs for the cure against COVID. But till that is achieved, till that success story we can see, the social vaccine that is available to us, and it's very simple: mask, social distance, hand hygiene and respiratory etiquettes, only these 4 things.
And according to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the actual load of cases or active cases stands at 3,90,459. Medical attention is being provided to all active cases, whether in home isolation or in hospitals for severe cases. The number of recovered has further increased to 7,86,000. The difference between recovered and active cases is progressively growing. It stands at 3,09,627 today. 27,497 have lost their lives due to COVID in India so far. The focused efforts of the centre and the states and union territory governments on efficient clinical management of hospitalized cases has ensured that India's case fatality rate has come down to 2.45%. The latest testing strategy of ICMR allows all registered medical practitioners to recommend testing. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, 1,40,47,908 samples were tested for COVID-19 so far, of which 2,56,039 were tested yesterday. Various states are taking tough measures to increase the recovery rate as well as to stop the spread of the pandemic. In Uttar Pradesh's Lucknow, a lockdown has been imposed in 4 regions of the city till the 24th of July. All localities falling under the jurisdiction of the Ashiana, Indira Nagar, Sarojini Nagar and Ghazipur have been turned into containment zones. Complete lockdown will be imposed in all markets and business establishments. However, essential services will continue to operate. All places of religious importance will be open but have to strictly follow the norms of social distancing and other health-related guidelines. Meanwhile, all establishments and services that are IT enabled will continue to function. Lucknow has been witnessing an unprecedented rise in the number of corona cases, with over 200 cases reported in less than 24 hours. In order to contain increasing number of cases, areas having 10 or more containment zones will be placed in the most sensitive category and will be put under complete lockdown. In Pune, a comprehensive 2-phase lockdown started from the 13th of July and will continue till July 23rd in an attempt to break the chain of the infections. The 10-day lockdown will go into 2 phases. Grocery stores, retail and wholesale stores, wholesalers selling essential items reopened from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. after being shut for the first 5 days. In phase 1 of the lockdown, e-commerce delivery has also been allowed. Government offices can function with 10% staff and IT companies have been allowed to operate with 15% staff. However, online food delivery portals, public transport and private bus services, salons and spas will remain shut till July 23rd. In Kerala, the entire Thiruvananthapuram corporation continues to be under strict lockdown up to midnight of 28th July in view of COVID-19. As COVID cases are on a rise, complete 10-day lockdown was declared in the coastal regions of Thiruvananthapuram district from the 18th of July. Only emergency services are permitted in the region. Coastal regions of the district, including Puthura and Puluvilla, where community spread is being confirmed, is divided into 3 critical containment zones. In Arunachal Pradesh, a total of 8 residential buildings, including a prayer center of Itanagar capital region, have been identified and declared as containment zones. Further, the state government has decided to provide 2 basic life-saving ambulances and 1 advanced life-saving ambulance to all 26 districts of the state. The Arunachal government yesterday extended the lockdown in Itanagar capital region till August 3rd to break the chain of local transmission of COVID-19. The state, in a highest single-day spurt, registered 90 new COVID-19 cases during the last 24 hours, taking its total number of active cases to 455. Of the new cases detected in the past 24 hours in 8 districts, 56 are from Itanagar capital region. 282 patients have recovered and been discharged. 3 people have lost their lives in the state so far. BJP National President JP Nadda today said that the country saw yet another edition of Project RG relaunch today. In a series of tweets, Nadda said Rahul Gandhi was, as usual, weak on facts and strong on mudslinging. Attempts to politicize defense and foreign policy matters shows one dynasty's desperation to wash their past sins of 1962 and weaken India. Since the 1950s, China has made strategic investments in one dynasty that has given them rich dividends. Remember 1962, giving away of a UN Security Council seat, losing a lot of land to China in the UPA years, MOU signed with much fanfare in 2008, funds to RGF and more. In recent years, be it Doklam or the present, Rahul Gandhi ji prefers briefings from the Chinese instead of believing India's armed forces. Why does one dynasty want a weak India and a strong China? Many leaders in the Congress too disapprove of one dynasty's shenanigans. For years, one dynasty has been trying to destroy Prime Minister Modi. Sadly for them, PM Modi's connect with 130 crore Indians is deep-rooted. He lives and works for them. Those who want to destroy him will end up only further destroying their own party. The Central Industrial Security Force CISF conducted an e-passing out parade of the 33rd batch of Assistant Commandant and 45th batch of Sub-Inspectors and 1st batch of Assistant Sub-Inspector at Hyderabad. The newly inducted officers were at the Forces Academy at Hyderabad for the webinar passing out parade. MOS Home G. Kishan Reddy reviewed the parade through webinar from his office. Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy has said that CISF plays an important role in making India self-reliant.
CISF in the fight against COVID-19 personally developed at various essential units have displayed unparalleled dedication while performing their duties in the face of the pandemic. I deem all those who are posted at airports and engaged in passenger security are all our corona warriors. Even the fast CSF has saved many innocent lives from traffickers. In force has helped in saving the lives in times of disasters, helped tackle extremism, women trafficking, drug trafficking, arms trafficking, smuggling at a national level or international level.
In Bihar, a 3-member multidisciplinary team is visiting Gaya today to take stock of the COVID-19 situation. The team is visiting Anugrah Narayan Medical College in Gaya and other centers where testing and treatment of COVID-19 is being undertaken. The state government yesterday announced that 8 testing centers have become operational in Gaya, where on-demand COVID testing is available free of cost. The central team yesterday took stock of corona situation in Patna and visited makeshift COVID hospital at Patliputra Sports Complex, Nalanda Medical College and Hospital and Rajiv Nagar buffer zone. The team stressed on the need for door-to-door survey to detect early symptoms of the virus. The team comprised Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Love Agarwal, Director National Center for Disease Control, Dr. S.K. Singh, and Associate Professor Dr. Neeraj Nischal. The team will submit its report to the concerned central ministries soon. And the flood scenario in Assam remains somewhat unchanged, although water levels have receded further in major rivers in the past 24 hours. 5 more people have lost their lives in the last 24 hours, which has increased the death toll to 84. With 26 deaths due to landslide this year, death due to floods and landslides total to 110 this season so far. As of now, 2,400 villages under 70 revenue circles in 24 districts are reeling under flood waters. Worst affected are Gwalpara, Borpeta, Morigaon and Dhubri. Rivers at various places of at least 8 districts are above the danger mark, and more than 1,12,000 hectares of cropland is submerged. There are 301 relief camps operating across the state, sheltering above 50,000 people. State Chief Minister Sarbanal Sonowal said people of our state continue to fight both COVID and floods. He assured that the central and the state government is providing all kinds of assistance to the people.
केंद्रीय सरकार राज्य सरकार दोनों सरकार मिलके आज इस संकट परिस्थितियों का साथ असम की जनताओं को मुकाबला करने के लिए हम लोग मदद देते आए हैं। असम की बाढ़ और भूकटाव ने इस बार काफी नुकसान किया है और कुल मिला के 70 लाख लोग इस नुकसान का सामना करना पड़ा है। असम सरकार की तरफ से रिलीफ कैंप में फूड आइटम जनता को देना, बच्चों का और बुजुर्गों का ख्याल रखना, सारी चीजों पर निष्ठा से असम सरकार लगी हुई है।
And in Bihar, the flood situation has further deteriorated following incessant rain since last night. Catchment areas of Bagmati, Ganga, Gandak, Buri Gandak and their tributaries received moderate to heavy rains in the past 24 hours. Due to this, the water level of these rivers has again started to rise in several districts. The situation is grim in Darbhanga, Sitamarhi, Muzaffarpur, Champaran and adjoining areas. In all, the flood situation has affected a population of over 3 lakhs in about 153 villages in 50 subdivisions spread over 8 districts of the state. Darbhanga is the worst affected, where a population of over 150 lakhs has been affected due to floods. Meanwhile, many city localities including capital Patna are submerged in rainwater due to intermittent heavy rains. The Met Office has predicted medium to heavy rainfall in Siwan, Saran, Sitamarhi, Vaishali, Patna, Darbhanga and Muzaffarpur. Cloudburst and heavy rains have wreaked havoc in Pithoragarh's Munsiari region, leaving 3 dead. Besides, at least 11 people are reportedly missing after a cloudburst in the village Taga of Mansiari and Gela village of Bangapani in Pithoragarh district. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Trivendra Rawat has instructed Pithoragarh district magistrate that there should not be any laxity in relief and rescue work. He has also asked to provide relief amount to those affected. State Disaster Response Force along with other teams and locals are conducting rescue operations in the area. The Met Department had predicted a fairly widespread rainfall with isolated heavy to very heavy falls over Uttarakhand and over northern states in the next 3 days. And Delhi police have registered another complaint against Gurpatwant Singh Pannu of the banned Khalisani terrorist organization Sikhs for Justice. Pannu has been accused of instigating people of the Sikh community. He even released a video of the same. 15th August is approaching and thus Delhi police is fully vigilant to avert any untoward incident. The radical outfit Sikhs for Justice was banned in India last year. Pannu is facing charges of sedition and unlawful activities. And let's now take a look at global updates on COVID-19. The virus has claimed the lives of over 6,06,000 people worldwide, while over 1,45 lakh have contracted the infection so far. The United States and Brazil remain the worst affected in terms of infections and fatalities. The US has so far recorded over 37,73,000 cases and over 1,40,000 deaths. Brazil has crossed the 20 lakh mark and recorded over 20,98,000 infections and over 79,488 deaths. Talking of death toll worldwide, the US and Brazil are followed by the UK with over 45,385 fatalities, further followed by Mexico, Italy and France. European Union leaders stood at an impasse after 3 days of haggling over a plan to revive economies throttled by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the meeting was adjourned today. The leaders are at odds over how to carve up a vast recovery fund designed to help haul Europe out of its deepest recession since World War II and what strings to attach for countries it would benefit. On the table is a 1.8 trillion euro package for the EU's next long-term budget and recovery fund. The 750 billion euros proposed for the recovery fund would be based on behalf of them all on capital markets by the EU's executive European Commission, which would be a historic step towards greater integration and then funneled mostly to hard-hit Mediterranean rim countries. Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea endured a Wembley nightmare as Chelsea strolled to victory and set up an FA Cup final date with Arsenal. Goals from Olivier Giroud, Mason Mount and a Harry Maguire own goal. He sealed the win with Bruno Fernandes' 85th minute penalty merely a consolation. It means Frank Lampard's first season as Chelsea manager will end with a cup final. It will be a harder route to a second final in August, with Chelsea trailing 3-0 to Bayern Munich in the Champions League round of 16. Chelsea and United will be hoping to secure Champions League spots in the upcoming final week of the Premier League season and not be relying on winning continental competitions to qualify. Lewis Hamilton moved into the World Championship lead for the first time this season with a dominant victory. In the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Mercedes driver pulled out an 8-second lead in 3 wet laps at the start of the race before switching to dry tyres and controlled the race from there. Hamilton even had time to stop for fresh tyres with 3 laps to go to grab the extra point for the fastest lap. Valtteri Bottas failed in an attempt to pass Red Bull's Max Verstappen for second, giving Hamilton a 5-point championship lead over his teammate after 3 races. Verstappen's second place was extraordinary, for he crashed on the laps to the grid and damaged both his front wing and suspension. And we've come to the end of this edition of the news, but before we go, we'll leave you with glimpses from Karnataka, where asymptomatic COVID-19 positive patients organize a flash mob at a COVID care center in Bellary, where they are admitted. Patients danced with doctors and other staff at the center to keep themselves fit and happy. All of them maintained social distancing and wore masks while enjoying the dance.
बिजली गिरने से जुड़े तथ्यों की जानकारी आपकी जान बचा सकती है। मिथ्या, बिजली केवल सबसे ऊंची वस्तुओं पर प्रहार करती है। तथ्य, बिजली कहीं भी गिर सकती है। पेड़ों की जगह जमीन पर, खंभों की जगह पास पड़ी कारों पर या इमारत की जगह पार्किंग स्थल पर। मिथ्या, बिजली तूफान के दौरान पेड़ के नीचे आश्रय लेना सुरक्षित है। तथ्य, अगर बिजली पेड़ पर गिरे तो आपको करंट लग सकता है या पेड़ के गिरने से चोट लग सकती है। मिथ्या, रबर के टायर आपको बिजली से सुरक्षित रखते हैं। तथ्य, हर तरफ से बंद वाहन की धातु से बनी सतहें और छत आपको सुरक्षित रखती हैं, रबर टायर नहीं। ट्रैक्टर, मोटरसाइकिल, रिक्शा जैसे खुले वाहन सुरक्षित नहीं हैं। मिथ्या, बिजली से पीड़ित व्यक्ति को छूने से करंट लग सकता है। तथ्य, मानव शरीर बिजली संग्रह नहीं करता। प्राथमिक उपचार देने के लिए बिजली पीड़ित को छूना पूरी तरह से सुरक्षित है। तैयारी में ही समझदारी। NDMA एवं IIPHG द्वारा जनहित में जारी।